that spread the plague with a twisted will. From festering wounds, corruption grows in the heart of death god where despair flows. I am the harbinger, the bringer of disease. In whose name I spread death with ease. Pestilence walks with me hand in hand. Rivers of filth drown the land. I am Typhus, master of decay. In the name of ruin, I claim the day. The Imperium's light crumbles to dust. Wherever I tread, rot consumes the just. Space hulks reek of a foul rebirth. Carriers of plague across the cursed earth. Beneath the flies, beneath the filth, I spread the plague with a twisted will. From festering wounds, corruption grows in the heart of death god where despair flows. I am the harbinger, the bringer of disease. In whose name I spread death with ease. Pestilence walks with me hand in hand. Rivers of filth drown the land. I am Typhus, master of decay. In the name of ruin, I claim the day. The Imperium's light crumbles to dust. Wherever I tread, rot consumes the just. Space hulks reek of a foul rebirth. Carriers of plague across the cursed earth. Beneath the flies, beneath the filth, I spread the plague with a twisted will. From festering wounds, corruption grows in the heart of death god where despair flows. I am the harbinger, the bringer of disease. In whose name I spread death with ease. Pestilence walks with me hand in hand. Rivers of filth drown the land. I am Typhus, master of decay. In the name of ruin, I claim the day. Plagueless howl, the gassing walls. Pestilent tides, new light is born. Knuckles passing, a twisted grace. I embrace your heart in my cold embrace. Fear the plague fleet, fear the end. No salvation, nowhere to defend. I am Typhus, reaper of dread. Bow to Nurgle, embrace the dead.
Go for it.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Discussing Resilient podcast. I'm Aiden Smalley, and today I'm joined by Mr. Death God Dave.
It's me, Death Guard Dave, the really tall one. Yeah,
sorry, hang on.
merch and things. There you go.
There we go. It's me, the best Death Guard player in the world. How's everyone doing?
Well, that's just not true there, Dave.
Yeah, it's true. I am not the best Death Guard player in the world.
Neither am I. I just want to clarify that. Neither am I. I'm the most consistent. I'll take that.
There we go. Okay, there we go. I would say I'm there for the most terminatory Death Guard.
You are Death Shroud, Dave, as has been known. So
how is everyone?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, man. How are you doing? I mean, I've just been having a bit of a quiet week, anxiously waiting a data slate. It's kind of got me on a bit of a pause on doing everything at the moment because I don't really want to make stuff and then it'd be like irrelevant in a week. Because for all we know, Dave, genuinely, it could be a case of they just go, you know what, the points were enough because we looked at the stats this week. Death Guard had a 51% win rate, looking a lot better, a lot healthier. Still doing okay though. You know, still got an event win out there. It's very good. Still strong, but not oppressive as they were. But then obviously there's that anxious fear of like GW just already got they've already got the shells and the shotgun, and the only way they're taking them out is by unloading them onto the faction. So we'll have to see. As soon as that comes out, the sooner obviously we can get back into stuff. But what about yourself?
Yeah, I had a pretty busy week. Obviously there's been a few side projects which I've shared with you that have been kind of going on as well. Which is interesting, and we'll share more with the community a bit later. But a couple of interesting bits. I'm also down off to see Stephen Box and VT this week.
Oh, nice.
So we're gonna pre-record a game, and that will go out on Vanguard Tactics. So obviously it will be Death Guard, and I think it's going to be Death Guard versus Custodes.
Ooh, okay. Quite an interesting matchup. Just spam all the flamers, Dave. I know it's supposed to be for entertainment, but just Taylor. Just Taylor so hard. Don't give him a chance.
All the flamers with all the APs.
Yeah, make sure he has the most miserable game possible against you.
Well, you know, I can't promise that. I will definitely do that. No. I think
18 death
I think the Custodians might need to be reintroduced to the Plague Boss.
Oh, I would like to see that. Would be quite fun, to be fair. That's good. But that is cool to hear. That's awesome to hear that you're going down again to have another. Is it a pre-recording or a live stream game?
We're going to do a pre-recorded one this time, but we're just going down and have a good catch up and talk about some potential future projects. So yeah, all good. But apart from that, it's been a pretty busy week. On a personal level, Evie started school last week. So my daughter, she started school on Wednesday, so did all day Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and this is her first kind of normal week. So for her, she's kind of quite already like, yeah, cool, it's normal. I go to school now. So
welcome to the grown-up world.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm now like, we're like no more of this kind of like, you know, nursery stuff and like kind of it. You're actually in school now. So, but the first bit is still a bit like that. So it's good, but
for sure,
it's a bit weird having her kind of like back around again at like 3:15, like, because I'm used to having her out the house till like 5:30. So this now it's like kind of like, oh cool. So suddenly my day's like truncated a bit by. But it is all good. And like you said, from a 40k point of view, it's. Are we going to get the data slate tomorrow? We were just talking chat pre-stream to say that it would be good if we did, because if there is any changes in it, it gives everyone ahead of LGT the most amount of time to make changes. And given it's such a big event, and people are both kind of internationally there, and it is one of the most competitive events in the calendar, it would be good. But equally, as long as it's out before the Sunday before the event, that means it has got next week as well. So there is a chance we could see it. And I think what Aiden and I were just discussing was, particularly from a Death Guard perspective, is if we see the points changes have kind of balanced the win rate, should we say, and the rep is kind of, while still high, is coming down as well. They may have kind of be leaving a gap to say, right, are the points enough to change it? And therefore, if there maybe were other changes in the wings, so to speak, maybe those are not going to be necessary if things are balanced in a place that they were happy with.
Yeah, and I hope maybe they have. I hope it's not just a case of, all right, we're just going to do the points nerfs now to quiet the crowd, and we won't like keep monitoring it. We've already got the the data slate nerfs on the way, where they're just going to like commit to it. Hopefully, they have been a bit reactionary, maybe looked at the points and gone, oh, actually, turns out the points were the biggest issue and not the rules, because Death Guard Death Guard is not realistically rules, but the most broken thing we have is like the 6-inch deep strike and charge. But I would remind you, we are in a game where an Eldar player can have 3 units disembarking and re-embarking in transports in the same turn. And if 6-inch deep strike is toxic, that is super toxic.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I've got the other thing I was going to add was I've just done. So I played the next round of my my club competitive league, where I'm running 18 Death Shroud and 3 Laws of Contagion, and my next game is actually against Eldar. So that's going to be an interesting one. But it's against a guy I played in the final of the last Laugh League. But let me just tell you what happened against this Thousand Suns player really quickly. It was a bit.
Is this the screenshot you sent to me?
Yeah. So unfortunately, he was playing the detachment where he gets like extra save again things. So he was like, well, I can have a 2-up save
against damage 1, yeah.
Yeah, and so I was like, unfortunately, I don't really have any damage 1. It's like all damage, it's going to all be in melee, it's all damage 2. And if I do use my damage 1 flamers, I've got -1 to your save. So you can't have once you go to a 3, you can't go to a 2. So unfortunately, that's not going to work. And then he's like, I've got a strap for -1 to wound. And I was like, yeah, but I've got Lance on all 3 units of Death Shroud. So that doesn't work. And I'll be winning on 2s again. And
the flamers are anti-infantry, so they don't care.
So that doesn't matter. So he put a unit he infiltrated some rubrics with a character on the middle. He got first deployment. So I put, because obviously they're so expensive now, the 6-man with warp or talisman had to start on the board, because you can't put now 3 6-mans plus 3 Lords of Contagion. It's too expensive. So they start behind the wall. He just puts them there and goes, cool, that's my turn. So I go, okay, pull my cards. I get area denial and no prisoners. And he's got a unit of 10 rubrics and a character on the middle. So I just walk through the wall with the Death Shroud. And bear in mind, I did say at the start of the game, these things are incredibly nasty. Like, do not underestimate them. Do not undercommit against them. Like, these things will kill everything in your army if they get into them. And he was like, yeah, cool. I played World Eaters last week and annihilated them with flamers and stuff. And I was like, yeah. But this is 3 units of 6 Death Shroud with a Lord of Contagion on each one. And here's what it does. He was like, yeah, cool. Death Shroud walk through the wall. They get overwatched. They take 1 wound.
It turns out, Dave, there's a big difference between a 2 wound toughness 4 Berserker and a toughness 7 4 wound 4 invulnerable Death Shroud Terminator. Yeah. Slight difference.
So he then proceeds to shoot his entire army at them, including 2 Mutilith Beasts, an Araman, and everything. I lose 2. He then charges me with the Mutilith Beast. It gets into combat. I lose 1 more. I then kill it on the hit back, so I get another, I've just killed 10 rubrics and a character and a Mutilith Beast in his turn. Nice. And then I just move towards his other beast. I just move unit of Chaos Spawn, roll a big advance, put it into Contagion, drop 6 Death Shroud just outside of the 6-inch mortal bit, drop 6-inch, drop another 6 Death Shroud on the other side of the board next to his Zangors with the character, and just kill everything. And then charge through the middle, pick up another unit of rubrics, and in his turn 2, he's got 2 units of 5 Terminators to drop and a Demon Prince. And he's like, what the F am I going to do now? And he just puts it on the middle and just is like, F it. And then they basically shoot some stuff. I lose a couple more Terminators. I just charge the remaining things, and in turn 3, everything is dead. It was like, and in the end, he was just like, but I 100 to 20'd like World Eaters. I'm like, yes, but I told you these are not World Eaters. Like,
now you know how the World Eater player felt.
Yeah, exactly. And that was 100. That was 100 to 23 win. So, but my point was just that was not only was that just it was horrible because everything I had offset all his rules, which was it's never a good thing. But it was a fun game. But yeah, I've got Eldari next time. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that goes with a highly mobile MSU unit against. Yeah, my big blocks. Stefan from the club is in chat. He said, "Poor Ed." Yeah. It was pretty bad.
R.I.P. Ed. I don't know you, but I feel like you've been eradicated from the universe. But someone in the chat just said he went 4-1 at the weekend. Excellent work, Mr. John D. Getting bodied by 60 berserkers with a 6-inch piling consolidate, all with a +1 attacks plus. So I just want to remind everyone. World Eater players were crying their book is literally unplayable when it came out, and it turns out if you actually spend some time and learn the book, you could end up getting second place at Nova Open as well. Just saying. And again, he potentially could have got first if he didn't have that comical moment with the Lord Invocatus and the impact models. So turns out. And actually, the rule is actually quite genuine for a lot of armies in 40k. If you actually just learn the army and really play the army,
if you're good with it, everything's a threat.
Yeah, you can do good with anything. We even see the weird Imperial Agents weirdos who show up every so often and win a GT or something. I genuinely believe.
If you ever come up against an Imperial Agents player like in a tournament, just assume it's really good.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of 2 things: you're about to have the 3est game of your life, or you're about to get embarrassed so hard.
Yeah.
So it's quite interesting, but that's cool to hear, man. I am, like I said, I'm embarking on a repainting of my army, trying to get into a more grimdark scheme because I've been happy with it for a while. Nice. So I've built up a few guys who are applying Prime Black, ready to get the airbrush out this weekend. Never used an airbrush before, so that should be quite interesting to get into. But yeah, I'm just working on trying to. I've got a very GW style. It's all very clean. It's all very edge highlighted and stuff. And I want to try make it a bit more Death Guardy. I also really want to work on my base in game. So I've used I bought this big tub of this stuff, texture paint diorama stuff, and you can build it up in different layers. Turns out it's a lot cheaper than GW's.
Warriors hot tub.
It honestly does, but it's white, so you can actually mix paint with it if you want it to have the entire tub be the same colour. Nice. But I've just kept it white and then just sprayed it black with the primer, so I'm going to hope. And I got some cork rocks and stuff and some barbed wire and all that, trying to make it look a bit cool. So I'm hoping people have tips for airbrushes and how to use them. As an absolute noob, I've never used one before. That would be quite cool. So please feel free to share them in the chat, comments, / the members Discord. Speaking of which, like and subscribe. As we like to say on the channel. And if
please do like, comment, and subscribe. We're at 13.1. We're over 13.1k subs now, so it's we're still growing really nicely. So thank you to everyone for your continued support of the channel. And if you're new to the channel, please do consider joining. If you click join, it is $2.99. It's like less than the cost of a cup of coffee, and for that you do get access to our Discord with 1,350 other Death Guard players in there, and a few other special people who are not Death Guard players but have joined and have come in just to kind of see what all the fuss about what we're working on. It's actually a really good way if you are if you want to know how to play against Death Guard. Actually, joining this and watching this channel is a really good thing to do as well. But that will get you in. We never kick you out once you're in, which means you've got kind of access to the Discord and the channels in there. It is genuinely an incredible resource. Like even us. Aiden, Will, and I, like if we're, wondering how a detachment is, if we want to know how a combination of things is working in a detachment, the likelihood is we can just go into one of the detachment channels and see and find out, because other people will have played it and are showing their advice. So definitely do consider that. And as Aiden said, like, comment, subscribe.
And thank you to the Birchie for a $1.99 super chat. What is the most toxic list that Death Guard can do? Probably something akin to what Dave just did. It's a weird one because it's not actually. I wouldn't say it's toxic. Is like something that's just not good for the game. But list
you can't interact with it or
and Death Guard doesn't really do that too much. I think the most honestly the old Morty's hammer build was probably the most toxic thing you could make because the indirect and the inability to screen the 6-inch deep strike. But like if you're unprepared for it, or if you run into if you haven't brought the tools to deal with it, like. Yeah, the 18 Death Shroud list will just bowl you over if you don't have the tools for it. But I don't think I'd say it's toxic though. I don't think we have too many toxic builds anymore. I feel like the army's in like especially with the points increase, we pay for our rules now, which is it hurts a bit those points, but it is for the better though. And that's what we're here to sort of talk about today, is about segues. So on the screen right now, sorry guys, it's been sat there for a while, is TTS, so this is Tabletop Simulator. And the idea that is when me and Dave talk about the list we're thinking of taking to London, that we can basically, I'm just going to get off the big majority, something lags out over the main army. We can basically try and like physically build it on here so you guys can almost, because I like to do this sometimes even when I don't play TTS that much. I like to build my army on here or get it out in physical models, just obviously
I do. I like to set it all up and look at it, because
sometimes you like the look of a list and then you actually get it physically out and you go, oh god, that looks awful. Like it just doesn't feel right. Like something's just off with it. Like it's like the model count looks way smaller than I thought it was, or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you actually look and you go, oh, I've actually got way more than I thought I did. And it just helps visualize and get those like last like ticks in, because I've genuinely made a list before that sounds good, put it in, I'm just like, nah, ain't it? So Mr. Dave, then, London calls. What do we need to be thinking about for London? Obviously the day it's late, but we can't predict that because we don't know what's going to go on. We can only react to that. What do we know that is coming though?
Imperial Knights.
Yes. Yes.
And knights in general. Like I think we're still going to see a lot of Chaos Knights there as well. And the other thing that it means is that if people are still teching for 4 knights, it could mean that there's also lots of tough things on the tables as well. Meaning Vindicators, other tanks. I think we could be seeing quite a different armored suits in the towers, in tower grouping, and riptides, and whatever else we might see. So broadsides. It could be a lot of still a lot of big heavy hitting stuff. So that's definitely something we're gonna have to think about when we go and turn up there. Yeah,
I unfortunately don't see the meta changing too much. I think we're still going to be having a lot of vehicles, a lot of knights around. I don't think this is going to be the infantry, challenger cards be gone. Like, again, this all could happen. If this does happen, we'll obviously have another stream and talk about it and how it affects Alice. But we can only work with what we know. So as of right now, we know challenger cards still exist, which means the game is favoured more towards a kill first, ask questions later meta. Scoring and outscoring your opponent is just not as important as it used to be. Obviously, it matters in the end of the game, but it turns out you can fall behind, kill your opponent, and then just catch up on challenger cards.
Just run the game, totally.
So there is that. And obviously, as Dave said, Knights, the new Knight book is going to be out. And if anyone has watched any of the videos on it, it's pretty obvious why that book is a bit silly. It turns out having Knights that can move about 24 inches and still shoot So you have Eldar mobility on Knight chassis that can walk through walls.
Yes.
Or they go the opposite route, and then you can bring like 6 armigers, all that have -1 damage permanently. Like, that's a thing.
That's terrifying.
So there is going to be definitely a lot of things going on, so a lot of knights, and it's definitely affecting what I am bringing. So, Dave, do you want to go with your first list first? And obviously, while you're loading that up, I'm just going to quickly check in with chat here. It's people saying that they're going to bring Gareth T says Taliban all the way. He's going with the Taliban. Hey, anyone actually going to London who's in the chat? That would be awesome. Obviously, I know Sam is.
Do you see Chuck's comment as well about how to prepare for London as well?
Yes, I'll remember my fucking wallet, smart ass.
He more meant money for expensive beers.
Oh, I thought it was because I forgot the thing.
I mean, that's true as well, but Sam will say that rather than anyone else.
Sam will call me on that one. I did forget my wallet like yet again. I will get that link for someone in the chat who wishes to join very quickly. But yeah, we got some people going. I have to make a doubles list as well to go with Sam because I'm attending the Friday doubles. You are as well. Just saying. Me and Sam are currently reigning champs. Just saying, we did win last year,
sure.
so no pressure there, Dave. You know, nothing there. So that'll be fun. So we need to figure out that one as well. But as it comes to the actual singles event, we're obviously taking. Are you going for a serious list this year, or are you going for a fun list? Because I know last time. What did you take last time?
I took the despoiler last time.
That was it. Yeah.
That was the kickoff. That was the kickoff of despoiler time. Where I think was when I was talking about how I thought it was going to work, and so like we always said, you know, talk, walk the walk, and I was like, well, fine, I'll take it to LGT. So, so that's what I took last time. I mean, I'm seriously in two minds about which to take. So I've got two possibilities.
Okay.
So what do you want me to talk about? Do you want
Let's go with the we'll save the surprise for after. We'll do the little normalized list, should we say? So as you read it out, Dave, I will assemble it on TTS here for people.
Okay, so all right, start with characters.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so it's gonna be like, I'd like a B, please, Bob. 2 Lords of Contagion, please, Aiden.
2 Lords of Contagion coming up, good sir. 1, 2 Lord of Contagion for you.
1 Lord of Virulence.
1 Lord of Virulence. There we go.
And on these guys, I've got Warp Talisman on 1 LOC. I've got Face of Death on another Lord of Contagion. So for those, anyone in chat who's not familiar what those are, Warp Talisman gives 1 attached group uppy downy once per battle. And that does mean that if your opponent goes first, then it's at the end of your opponent's turn. So if they go first in turn 1, you can pick up your unit of 6 if they're on the table, and put them into deep strike and then drop them down in turn 1, because units that started on the table that go into strategic reserve can redeploy inside turn 1.
So by the sounds of it, looks like you're sticking with your Death Lord's chosen then, yeah?
I am for this. Yeah, sorry, I should have said. Come on, it's me. Yes, I'm obviously playing Death Lord's chosen with this one. The Lord of Virulence has got Vile Vigor, so that will be an inch of extra movement for him and his unit.
Yeah.
And then it will be reroll advances.
That was my favourite enhancement, though. I really like that one.
Really, really helpful. He also gives the unit that he's going to be attached to something quite nice as well. Which we can jump straight into because they're the next thing on the list. 10 Blightlord Terminators.
Oh yes, this is the good stuff. I love the Blightlord brick so much.
Yeah, we're gonna if we are running this one, this is what we're giving this one a go. So he will give that unit basically reroll hit rolls of 1 or a roll within 30 inches invisible. He can, but he also lets them basically reroll the wound roll for ranged attacks. So the Blightlord unit will obviously be. I know Aiden knows exactly what the format of this is going to be.
Yeah, for some reason it's not a model for Blight Launcher, but yeah, it's going to be double Blight Launcher, double Spewer, double Reaper, and then the rest bolters.
Correct. Yeah. So maximum shooting, maximum kind of output. The Blight Lords have got a nice ability. So once again, I'll just read it out for those who.
It's really good, actually. When you play it, you actually really notice how impactful it is. Go on.
So it's called Blistering Fusillade, and it's basically if this unit has a starting strength of 5, or if a character is leading it, Lord of Virulence, then each time a model in this unit makes a ranged attack that targets an afflicted unit, so we have to put someone into contagion. Bear in mind that Death Lord's Chosen does have a 1 CP strat for extend contagion range by 3 inches, which is very, very useful, and that can be used in any phase.
And on units in reserves as well.
And on units in reserve as well. then basically you get to improve the strength and armor penetration characteristics of that attack by 1. So we immediately go to AP1 bolters, AP2 flamers. We go up and up and up with things. Then I will be taking the -1 to their save, we're getting effectively an extra pip of AP on top of that as well. So you end up getting to a place where you're very rapidly getting into the realms of AP4 flamers and all kinds of crazy stuff. The combi and also the bolters are rapid fire 2, so you end up with 4 shots on those as well. It starts to output an absolute huge amount of damage, and if we remember back to the Lord of Virulence, he's letting us re-roll the wound roll.
Yeah, also very scary Overwatch because he has a flamer as well. So you got
terrifying
3d6 flamers there, all which are going to be now. If I remember correctly as well, the Blight Lord's rule is not in your shooting phase; it is just improve the strength of character weapons.
It just says if this has a starting unit strength of 5 or more, or if a character is leading.
Yeah, so you will have the extra AP. So you have the AP3 flamers on Overwatch, which is pretty brutal, Okay, cool. So we got our Blight Lord brick. That I love this, by the way, and you give it assault as well every turn. So thinking advance and shoot
give it assault
with the reroll +1 move. It's so good.
And Aiden, guess how we're going to make it even more damaging? Is we're going to add a Predator Destructor.
Okay, I like you this. So I've got this.
So the Predator Destructor is going to have heavy bolters on it and the Havoc Launcher. And once again, for those maybe newer to the channel or newer to Death Guard, this is it's basically a tank. It's a T10, 3-up save, no invuln. So we don't like it for the fact that it's not that survivable. But what we do like it for is its range on all its weapons. So 36-inch range on effectively the heavy bolters, 48 on the autocannon. The autocannon is 4 or 6 shots, so really good depending on whether it's in half range or not. If we put an opponent into contagion during that, we are giving it extra AP, which is great. But it's the ability on the Predator Destructor, which is Hail of Corrosive Disease, which is in your shooting phase after this model has shot. Select one enemy unit, not monsters or vehicles, hit by 1 or more of those attacks. So we've got loads of attacks to spread around and then choose which one thing we want to kind of put this on. Then it's each time a friendly Death Guard unit makes a ranged attack against that enemy unit, improve the AP by 1. So
provided it's not vehicle monster. Just
that's not vehicle monster, Joey said. So the nice thing there is that the Blight Lords are getting extra AP from their ability. They're then going to get -1 save for effectively a bit more AP. Then we can put more AP on them by shooting that unit, that target, with a Predator first. So suddenly things start getting out of hand quite quickly.
So we have gone from AP0 bolters and AP1 flamers, cannons, and blight launchers to AP4 flamers, cannons, and blight launchers, and AP3 bolters, which is kind of stupid and gets out of hand very, very quickly, which is very funny.
And as Chrissy has just said in chat, thank you for jumping onto that one, because I was just about to say as well, with the other units we have, obviously that could also support, Death Shroud Flamers. So them going to AP1 because of -1 save, go to AP2 because of a Predator Destructor shooting it.
They're also technically effectively AP3 because of the ignores cover, it negates the cover. So, and again, the AP2 and 3 is super important because most of the strongest units in the game have 2-up, 4-up. And the AP2 ignore cover guarantees you taking those units to their invuln no matter what. Taking Custodians to their invuln, taking everything else to their invuln. So having that there is a real big difference, because 3s to 4s is actually quite a big jump on someone making saves. Cool. Okay, cool. So what we then
I just want to say on the Predator as well, which I've missed from running it previously, which is good. It's also it also takes up quite a good bit of space. So if you're in your deployment and you need to kind of screen quite a big area, the Predator chassis is kind of, I think, 5 inches long, or 4 and a bit inches long. So actually having that with then 9 inches either side is a good thing to sit there and just kind of make sure that no one's dropping into a tiny gap, or they've got a callous assassin or something that could just tiny base in the corner of your deployment zone. So another good reason to have that.
Also, I want to point this out because this happened in a practice game recently, and it annoyed me. You cannot be an asshole, put a Predator here like this, and then rotate the turret to face the gun backwards and have that count as screening. If it's deployed like that, it has to stay like that. That's the rules, people. It's the rules. Thank you to Davante. I'm not sure. Davante Morrison. I'm going to say Davante. It sounds fancy.
I think that's what we're calling it. We like it.
Thank you for coming, member mate. Really appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Again, go to our YouTube channel homepage. Click the See Perks button. There'll be a link in there. Get yourself in the Discord. Once you're in the Discord, go to your settings, connections, and then link it to your YouTube account, and then it'll unlock the full server. Thank you so much, mate. Meds, we are building Death Guard Dave's list for London GT, and we're doing it physically on TTS, so you guys can get a physical, visual representation of what it's going to look like. So, Mr. Death Guard Dave, without further ado, carry on, my friend.
2 units of Chaos Spawn.
Oh, okay. 2 units of Chaos Spawn.
I'm a massive fan of these guys. They are able to rapidly get onto a point with an 8-inch move. With a piece of even a low advance, you can often get them into a good place. These guys, for me, are my contagion spreaders. So when I need to push up, put something into contagion, and then drop Death Shroud onto them, these are my boys that do this for me a lot. And then actually after they've got there into a place, they often also do a thing as well where if I infiltrate Poxwalkers on, I can often move the Chaos Spawn into the places of Poxwalkers and then use the Poxwalkers to then basically push up and move in advance, because now with a 5-inch move plus an advance, you can often then use them to kind of start to push, screen, and put into contagion, and still have something kind of chunky on a point. So that's what those guys are here for. Also, Niles Shriner has just basically upgraded to become a Blight Lord.
Hey,
so thank you
so
very
much, mate. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
So that's those 2.
I just want to say,
what's your thoughts on those boys?
Yeah, Chaos Spawn, like, great. I actually, when I ran the list without Chaos Spawn, really missed them. But a D-tier unit according to Art War, by the way.
Yeah, of course. No one takes those.
D-tier unit, useless. Yeah. But I think these guys are genuinely fantastic. And I know Gabriel Nixon, who is a very good American Death Guard player over in the Nurgle's Mansion and also sometimes in Warhammer Discord. He's been running up to 3 units of these guys at the moment because they're just so annoying. Because again, the defensive profile they have at T7, 4-up safe, I feel no pain. You can't really kill that with skirmish units like scouts and stuff. So you have to kind of bring out something decent. They can kill stuff like scouts, especially if you take them out with save contagion. Because they don't hit very well. They hit on 4s, but they are AP 2, damage 2 flat then, which can kill. And you bounce back mortal wounds, which makes them super annoying. That's a big thing. And it's the speed. It's the 8-inch move, being able to go through walls. Like you said, getting contagion. When I played Death Lord's Chosen, I had 2 of these guys and absolutely loved them. So yeah, totally agree on the Chaos Spawn choice there. Meds coming in big with the 10 gifted memberships. You absolute legend, Meds. Thank you so much, mate, for the ongoing support, because this is not your first time you've done this. You are absolutely crazy, my boy. But I really appreciate you giving this love. Thank you so much. Spawn don't kill anything that you like particularly care about, Zio, but they will go and bully like 5 rangers and 5 scouts, and that's more than happy enough for me.
They're just a great unit. Like, they're one of our, I think they're one of the underrated ones. And also, I just want to reply to Warped Brushes in chat as well. He just joined. Can you start over? Sure, right? Yeah. About half an hour.
We can very quickly recap Dave's starter list here. So Dave has got Lord of Contagion, 1 Lord of Virulence, 10 Blight Lord Terminators, 2 units of 2 Chaos Spawn, and a Predator Destructor. The Predator Destructor and the Blight Lords having nice synergy between themselves because the Blight Lords give themselves the extra AP from their rule, and the Destructor takes that to another level, so you get like AP for Flamers. The spell are basically just here for Contagion, spreading early skirmishing, and then, yeah, that's pretty much caught up on Dave's list so far. So carry on, Mr. Dave.
Laser Chicken as well, thank you very much for gifting 1 membership, and Viper, congratulations on getting that.
Hey, thank you so much.
Next units, right, Aiden, what unit is missing from my army?
I think it might be, is it something like Plague Bearers? Something, maybe it's like a Plague Burst Crawler or something. Call this your signature, Dave.
It's Dave Shroud Terminators.
It's Dave Shroud Terminators. Let's go.
Yeah, so we need 5 of those and 3 of those, please.
6 and a 3?
Well, 6 and a 3. Sorry.
I was like, 5? I was like, the fuck, Dave? I was like, that's...
Yeah, no, I'm not doing there's not some weird, crazy tech where I'm like taking...
So we have a 6-man squad over here.
6-man and a 3-man.
With a lot of contagion, and then another 3-man squad. So 9 Death Shroud. And I'm actually interested to hear about this because I thought you were going to follow up this with a 3 and a 3. So I'd love to know your thought process behind the 6 and the 3. I don't think it's bad. I love to hear your explanation. So there we go. Look at this. This is
just like I think especially with some -1 damage floating around and stuff like that, I think the 6-man is still the most terrifying blob of infantry in the game. And it's, for me, it does two things. When that isn't on the board, your opponent is thinking mostly about where is that thing going to go all the time. They're like that's slowing them down. It's making them think about stuff going forward. And the fact that we've got the 6-inch drop and the ability to put tons of things in contagion quickly with spawn, etc., you can start to steer, where you want your opponent to do things. And it's a massive. The 7d6 is such an Overwatch threat.
It is.
I think especially in this setup where you could actually make it worse with the Predator. For me, it's just I never leave home without it unit. And if I charge something with them, I know it's going to go away. And I don't like. It's my one super guarantee. Kind of what I charge with this is going to die.
Yeah, and my question for you here would be, which bearer is the Warp Talisman? Is it the 6 or the 3-man?
It's on the 6-man.
The 6-man, yeah. Cool, makes sense.
Yeah. Because you drop that, kill something with it, your opponent either goes, I don't want to go, because if I move close to it and I might get overwatched, or if I charge it, the likelihood is I don't kill it, and then that means that it's the one that's got the best chance of actually then using it again.
Yeah, that is for sure. I do like the little bit of tech you could do in here. So, for example, if you were against a horrendously scary melee army, you could technically at any point flip this around. So, put Lord of Realms with a 6-man. Then this squad has like horrendous Overwatch with this 8d6 flamers, and then this uppy downy squad can drop down normal deep strike, gun one of these extremely scary, like maybe they've got like a lot of fight first. You can shoot it to death, and then pick yourself back up and drop somewhere else and shoot that unit to death. So there's a little bit of technical play there. I don't think it'll come up too much, to be honest. Like, decisions like that are quite rare, but it's nice to have the option that you can.
It's nice to have it.
Viper in the chat, just gonna give the membership. If you go to our YouTube channel homepage, mate, just click on our channel name. There'll be a button that says See Perks, because you're a member now. If you click that See Perks button, there'll be a link in there, and you can click that, and it'll take you to the Discord. Once you're in the Discord, go to your Discord settings, connections, link your YouTube and your Discord accounts together, and it will unlock the full server for you, mate. Hopefully that helps. Okay, Mr. Dave. So cool.
So, nice and easy for the last bits. So we're gonna need some demon engines, please, Aiden.
Yes.
I would like a heavy blight launcher drone and 2 mephitic blight haulers, please.
So, a drone and 2 mythic blight haulers. Just a singular drone, yeah?
Just a singular drone.
Okay, there we go. Excellent.
Nice. And then we need 2 units of 10 poxwalkers.
2 units of 10 of the stinkiest poxwalkers.
That's 2k on the nose.
You know what? I actually thought when I put it on the table, it's I don't know, it's obviously quite elite, but it's not actually as elite as I thought.
It's more than it looks, right? I think when we talked about it earlier, like to actually see it, it's
Yeah, actually quite. That's pretty cool, Mr. Dave. I do that. A bit of objective hold in there. So go on. Why the 1 blight launcher drone? Is it just to give some range threat to keep people a bit spookied?
Yeah, it's because it's good anti-infantry, good anti-elite infantry. If I need some extra stuff in there, which I think is really important. But equally, with a strength 10 weapon going into a war dog, it's even with -1 damage, it's 2 damage, and it could spike pretty nastily. Playing Death Lord's Chosen as well, it's incredibly rare it comes up, but like you do also have the ability to like finish off a unit with it, burst it, and then spread contagion further. And it's another fast 10-inch moving. It's a small base. It's easy to hide. It's got a 5-up invuln. 3-inch. It's quite tough. So for me, it's kind of it's a nice one to have on a flank and just be like, if I put some poxwalkers here, like if you look at map 1 of LGT, for example, there is a small L on the right-hand flank with an objective marker underneath it. If I infiltrate 10 poxwalkers into that, and my opponent sits behind a kind of mid-L at the top of his deployment zone in line with it, and then at the bottom of mine behind cover, I've just got I park a drone and a mephitic blight hauler. That's a big discouragement to go. In order to get to those poxwalkers, you've got to come around and stick your ass out in cover, out in the open. And then I've got a hell of a lot of firepower there ready to hit you. And if I don't need them there, with a 10-inch move and possibly with an advance, etc., I can actually move them quite rapidly back towards the middle.
Nice. Christopher coming with the $5K super chat. Have you considered an 11th Poxwalker in each squad, Dave?
Oh, that's what I forgot.
I've already put it in. I've already put it in.
No, they're free, aren't they?
Yeah,
free. The extra Poxwalker's free.
It's that old saying, Dave. What your opponent doesn't know can't hurt them until it does hurt them.
Got you. Right.
Exactly.
Nice.
It's just like thunder stomping, vehicles and shit.
Oh yeah.
Just,
Of course you can. Yeah.
just
And also the 2 damage weapons and
it's like just be like, there's a 2 damage sweep, and then you do the old sweepy boop, and your opponent goes, cool, that's 2 damage, and then you go, psych, it's a 3 damage sweep.
Yeah. It's like this as well. Look, if I look under my under my keyboard, I'm like, oh, what's this?
Oh, is that a secret mission?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it was there. It was there the whole time. We agreed it.
I didn't know you were a wizard, Dave.
Yeah. Anyway,
Those who know will know.
That's my list.
Okay, cool.
We're going to get into yours, and then if we've got a bit of time at the end, I'll talk about what I'm very seriously considering the other one, which we won't.
Good point. Someone in chat just raised a very good point. Dave, you forgot your extra Hellbrute as well.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, just
see the hoodie, right? Look, this is actually a bit of our merch from drpstore.com, but it's got a nice pouch here.
Oh, I bet that fits a Hellbrute in real good, doesn't it? I bet you can fit a Hellbrute in there and just be like, yeah, cheeky Hellbrute.
I've actually upgraded the Hellbrute tactic.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
You just whip out the Defiler out of nowhere and just be like, bam, ignore cover. Oh.
Yeah, it's basically a perfect size. It's called a Defiler pouch.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then
like see, it just goes straight in there.
Yeah, and the good thing is, if someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, that Defiler's not on your list," you go, "Defiler? Never heard of her." Yeah. And then, hey.
Yeah, that's a bit. Yeah, thanks for remembering the pocket break. We're actually going for a pouch filer.
A pouch filer, I love it. I absolutely love it.
And also, if anyone has a go at me, basically, I basically say, "How dare you?" I identify as a.
Okay, so that's Mr. Dave's list. So that's your more like, that's probably like your more stable go-to list, isn't it? Like you consider
yes. That's but I think that's quite. I think it's quite a me list. It's quite the way I like to play the game.
Yeah.
Quite heavy hitting, quite aggressive. But for anyone wondering, basically this list very much plays as a keep your opponent honest with kind of drones, tanks on the flanks. Start a unit of big terminators that are going to start on the table to deter anyone coming too near the middle. Try and keep your opponent basically like not wanting to get too in your face straight away, and then use Poxwalkers and Spawn to get out, put people into contagion, and then drop Dash Shroud on them, and then have the go turn. Yeah. Come out, try and kill as much as fast as possible, and then basically win the game by picking up later on.
Nice, I like it. So anything you're particularly worried about this list that people are asking in the chat?
What's in against?
Yeah, is there any matchups you're worried about at all, or do you reckon you'll be all right with them?
I mean, I've played Death's Chosen a lot, pretty much exclusively. So I'm quite comfortable with it. It is going to, chasing down hyper mobile armies is like Eldar is always tricky. Running into like huge body like GSE would probably be a bit tricky for it. I think it does do pretty well into kind of into knights if you kind of get them off the game. So yeah, I mean, I think it plays well into most things, but anyone who can out trade it, if they can survive the Death Shroud and the Terminators, that's when it starts to have problems.
Yeah, but your idea is to not make a trading game in it. It's a bleh, deal with it.
Yeah,
exactly. You don't get into trading wars, this kind of list. Okay, cool. So
what about you, mate?
I am going for Champions of Contagion because I want to kill knights and I want to make knight players miserable. And crit fives reroll and everything makes me happy. So I've gone this. So it's actually quite inspired by Oliver, who's been doing really well with this. He went his best ever result. He got 4 wins, 1 draw at a teams event. And I was already cooking something quite close to it, but one of the changes he's made has kind of got me looking at it. So standard 2 squads of Poxwalkers, going to need them. Infiltrate is just important at the moment. Now I will come to this though. There is a point I wanted to potentially make where I think there could be an argument right now to bring a Foul Blight Spawn just purely for the aura of no advanced 9.
Yeah.
Because if you put him in certain positions on the map, you can just stop knights being able to come through the wall. Like, they can still reach really far into the mid-board, but they can't finish.
They can't advance.
Yeah. And shutting down the ability for them to advance and touch into a ruin means they can't shoot you. So it can actually save you. But unfortunately, obviously, that comes at the cost of being literally like 5 points more than these Poxwalkers, which is a bit atrocious if you ask me. But yeah, he is definitely a bit of a tech piece looking at. I've got Tallyman because I need something to hold home, and
Yep.
CP is quite important in Champions of Contagion. Honestly, kind of wish I could get 2 in there, but it is what it is. I have got 1, 2, 3 under 3 of the Mythic Blight Haulers. I really like them. I think they're just silly good.
Great.
And then I also have 1, 2, 3 of the HBL drones because I'm very creative.
Yay!
I'm kind of doing this thing because I've made the mistake the last few events I went to, which is I'm being too cute. So I've decided cuteness is no longer a factor. Cuteness will not be had. We will instead.
Cuteness is not the way.
Yeah, cuteness is not the way. We will just be killing people instead. Then
Yes, we will be.
we have a Rhino with the 10 Plague Marines. I am running Final Ingredient because I still really like it just for the control. And again, against Knights, if they want to run the Knights up and do that turn 1 bullshit on me, like, feel free to give me a turn 1. What do you call it? A turn 1 Final Ingredient. I will happily take that. No problem at all. Sorry, I was going to bloody make this squad because it's a bloody nightmare.
Yeah, go on.
Champion, and then I need, what do I need there? So that is 2 Blight Launchers, what I need. 2 Blight Launchers, which can be represented by... there you go, Blight Launcher. Sweet, 2 Blight Launchers. So I still like the 10-man Plague Marines. I also like this against melee pressure armies because of the fight first on demand, because I am indeed going to be giving it 2 characters. And I still have a soft spot for the Plague Marines. Hey, Oliver's in chat. How you doing, mate? I'm basically taking your list, mate. I'll be honest with you, because I'll get to the point, because this was kind of stable at this point. I'll build it first, then I'll come back to like where I was at with it. I also have 2.
Have you gone through what they're kitted out with as well for people who are maybe less familiar?
Yes,
with
sorry,
this?
apologies, guys. Yeah, some people will be new. So we're going to have triple plasma gun because the sergeant can have 1 as well as the 2 guys in the squad. So it'll be 6 plasma gun shots coming up here. 2 blight launchers, 2 of the plague spewers, and then 3 heavy plague weapons and a power fist on the sergeant. So a little bit of puncher there. I like the plasma because I just like weight of dice. I just like rolling a bunch of people. It's a bit of a risk again with the. I would argue towards the melters because I'm worried about the -1 damage armigers. But to counter that, I have 3 haulers. Like I've got the melter covered there, hopefully. So
lethal melters.
Yeah. Then we've got the Biologus, the Biologus Putrefier. I don't know, it came out so weird from my mouth. So Biologus Putrefier and the sexy Malignant Playcaster, not the spitting out one. So we're gonna have these lethal sustained 5s, ability to get full rolls to hit the wound for 2 CP, which again is expensive. I prefer it in VV when it's 1 CP, but at the same time, this gives the flexibility of working in both phases.
So you're getting the benefit of if you disembark from the Rhino, you're getting the benefit if the Rhino shoots your opponent as well.
So I can go, and then this is again, and the last thing we put in here you'll see, which is kind of tech choice. Then Dave, again, I am incredibly creative, so I've actually included 2 squads of Death Shroud Terminators, both with a lot of contagion, because again I'm incredibly creative and definitely not like just sick of trying to be cute, because again this is not a meta that supports cuteness. So instead,
no, I think you're this feels like very much you leaning into the sledgehammer play.
Yeah, so these guys, again, these are the answer to Knights. Being able to have the crit 5s and the full rerolls to hit and wound for 3 CP, which is going to tell you, man, if you get off, like, I could already have this squad. I've played against Knights with this side. This was kind of the list I played before the points changes, but I only had 2 of each of the vehicles, and then I had some other bits to go. I had another Rhino and another 5-man with a lot of poxes and another 5 bare bones. So that was the cute bit. So I basically just cut the cute bit out.
Cut the cute bit out,
Cute bit is gone. Got some more demon engine to make it. You could 100% just run this as VV. This would also work in VV. This is what I like about the list. It's flexible. So the Lord Containers can come down, and in the games I've played with Index Imperial Knights, where we've had 6-up Feel No Pain to deal with, and people were running things like Atroposes, which have a 5 vulnerable in close combat, I still killed them. So now people are moving back towards Questoris chassis, so you're not going to see as much of the Atropos, because things like the Crusader and Canis Rex are really good now. And just being able to be like, you get a 6-up save, you have no Feel No Pain anymore. If I could kill an Atropos, the math says like I should just kill one of these ones here. So these guys are going to be answers to the Knights that we're going to face, because like you said, they're going to be everywhere. So these guys are in here as well. And then this was a bit of the weird techie choice that Oliver did. So Oliver in his list, let me just double check that. Is everything? Yeah. So Oliver in his list. So initially I had Le Boy Typhus.
Okay.
He's 100 points. Comes in, does some mortal wounds, does some actions. You can also technically, if you really wanted to, put him with like 10 poxwalks if you feel like strength T6 would make a difference. Not like it really does. But again, this is where the decision-y bit was coming in. So here we go.
Yeah.
So that goes there. But Oliver actually ended up taking, and it's just not something I really thought about until they mentioned it. He took the Lord of Virulence, but just solo. And he kind of does what Typhus does, but instead of spitting out mortal wounds, he comes in, does an action. And then because you've got the 3 HBL drones, he just makes them actually like become reliable in this attachment.
Yes.
So he's still kind of doing the same thing. So you lose the mortal wounds access. You obviously lose the damage 3 melee profile. But he still comes in, does the same same thing to like come in, do an action,
damaging somewhere else,
mark target, and that also means that the Marines. So if you need to save the CPC, you need a really big turn into Knights, where you need the Marines to connect, and you need the Death Shroud to like spend all the CP. I think because as you said before, the Rhino gives the squad 4 rolls to wound already, and if you mark it a lot of virulence, the Plasmas are going to reroll ones, and the Blight Launchers are going to full reroll to hit. So you still kind of get in the 4 rolls to hit and wound in that way, and then you also, like again, makes these HBL drones just far more reliable. I do quite like him. When I've played with him and not with him, I've actually really enjoyed having a lot of villains back in the list. Now, there was another, again, one of the other things I was considering taking was like Typhus was in, and then it was something like, so it was like Typhus in, and I think it was 1 HBL drone out, and then that let me get the second Tallyman and let me get a 20-man Poxwalker, so that Typhus could have the option to join them, because that becomes like really obnoxious to remove. Has a lot more reliability with the with the CP generation, but I do obviously lose one of the shooting drones there. I can't do it with a hauler because the hauler doesn't give just enough points. Now the alternative could be said where you take out 1 hauler, keep the HBL drone in, and drop final ingredient, because final ingredient can sometimes be a win more. So that is also an option. They're like the bits I'm still playing with, to sort of get it going. The only reason, Raymond, why 3 HBL versus 2 Predators is because invuln, cheap, spread around the place. I'm losing a bit of frames. I'm just going to zoom in on my army real quick. There we go. It's just a bit more. I like Preds, I do, but I feel like against the Knights right now, I want that like flat damage 3. I want that increased AP.
Yeah.
If the game was more, if it was more infantry focused, I think there's a great argument to bring in the Predators there. I don't dislike Predators, and Craig Bedford, who's in the chat, who's been trying this sort of similar style list like this, he is the same. He's took the Predators, and he just felt like they weren't doing just enough for him. I think 1 is fine, like in yours, it's like a tech thing. Bring it in from reserves if you want to shoot something, or it can screen out.
It's not there to go and like muller stuff.
Yeah, like you have this to kill Knights and this to kill Knights. Like it's they say, it's a support piece for you. Whereas here, I kind of want the consistent damage, and it kind of just keeps people scared because I can wait for the big drops because I've got these 2 big Terminator squads. I've got this Rhino that can stage in the middle, so I just need something that can cover the long firing lanes, and I think that's what they kind of cover there. So
yeah, and also I think you've got if you're going 2 HBLDs and and you've got the LAV, you should have the third. It's just it still is the gamble you should go for, because the potential upside from him is magnet. Every one more of those you've got it's exponentially better.
Yeah, and the other thing to do with the if you take out, another reason why I would actually also drop if I go for this 20 Poxwalker double Tallyman build, I would then bring Typhus as well, because you only got the 2 HBL drones. The LOV loses a bit of value there, and Typhus I think becomes valuable, because then again he can join the 20-man squad if that's going to be relevant in the matchup. If not, it's still 20 infiltrating Poxwalkers, which are annoying to deal with. So they're like the 2 choices that I'm personally between. Okay. So I think that like the more staple one. Go on.
No, where are you leaning? What's your gut? What did your gut say? I'm a really big exponent of going. If I feel I should do that, then I do it.
So like, if I was to like go with pure gut feeling right now, I think it's probably gonna be like the one with the LOV, because the one thing the one thing I like about the LOV is he stops me getting frustrated at dice, because he gives me rerolls. Like the more I'm rerolling, the less frustrated moments I have with dice, because I can be a bastard for self tilting on a bad roll. Like I'll fail a 6-inch charge. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, that's game. And it's not a game. I'm just being a big baby.
No, it's not.
And I'm learning this more as I'm playing, and I'm starting to play out games more and more rather than being a big sausage about it. But you know, I'm a passionate player, and it happens sometimes.
Yeah,
you just think it's done, it's whatever. So him being there sort of helps that out. Because there's also this no fail state for Lord of Virulence. You just pick something and it goes off. Typhus has a fail state on a 1. He just kills it, hurts himself.
And we've all done that.
He's all done that. But again, it ties into like the double time man's also more reliable for the CP. So it's like that 3 command point combo. I'm pretty much guaranteed to have it on turn 2 with a double tally man, or even turn 1 potentially if I'm going second. So if night players do bum rush me, I could start 1 unit on the board, go and punch it to death, and just be like, get out of here, I got 3 CP. So there's like different choices to make, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with my list.
Like it.
I think so. Hopefully, people in the chat like that one there. And so yeah, like 2 very different lists between us, Dave. I won't lie, 2 very different lists.
Well, this is one thing I've always enjoyed about the collaboration of the 3 of us is we all play Death Guard, always have played Death Guard very differently.
Oh, so I will answer this in chat for Peter, who says this feels more like a VV list because the COC strats only work on 3 units. I've played COC a few times. 3 units making use of COC strats is enough. Like, you can only use certain strats in so many places, but they're so powerful. I feel like when I put in more units with more characters, the units were just becoming too expensive and I had nothing working around it. So I mean, this is what I played at the last one, and I think the 2 squads of Death Shroud and the 1 squad of the guys with the... Now, I think you could push it to a 3rd character unit, but it's about what you're losing for that. And I like, again, you know me, Dave, I like doing trades and things like that, so having more of these like small units. I do think this list works very well in VV as well, but the problem I have in VV with this list specifically is the 3 Death Shroud and a lot of Contagion cannot reliably kill a knight. Because they have no rerolls, they have no crit 5s. You have very good enhancements, don't get me wrong, but if you just low roll a slight bit, you ain't killing a knight, and that's really bad. Whereas COC, being able to use the rerolls in melee is the main kind of like thing for it there. So I understand your point, Pierre, and I do think this list does work in VV as well. That's why I like it. You can take it in either or, but I think it does that the reliability of the rerolls in melee are what makes this kind of like smash. And as Craig said, it's the damage output that COC brings, plus the flexibility. Let's not forget, like, being able to just go against World Eaters, and when they send the spawn, in which they always do turn 1,
they always do,
into Poxwalkers, you go -1 to hit, and then suddenly it hits like a wet noodle. And then you step back, kill them, and you're like, cool, send something else out. Right, Dave, can you get through your list very quickly, your second one?
Yeah, really quickly, because it's wild.
So go through everything except the surprise, because I'll build that, because then I'll need to save it and load the surprise.
Oh yeah, have you got to find it?
I'm going to have to find it, yeah.
Okay, so this is probably in VV. So it is going to be a Biologist Putrefier with Arch Contaminator. It's going to be a Lord of Contagion with Furnace of Plagues. It is going to be a Malignant Plaguecaster, who's obviously going to be pairing up with the Biologist Putrefier.
Yep.
It is going to be 10 Plague Marines. So
10 Plague Marines. A Rhino as well, Mr. Dave?
Sorry?
They ever going to Rhino as well by any chance?
Absolutely, mate. Yep. So Rhino, 10 Marines, a Plaguecaster, a Lord of Contagion, and a Biologist Putrefier. You know what to group with what.
Yep.
Then 2 Chaos Spawn.
Yep. And for body, what is standing objectives? It's the Poxwalkers, mate. Poxwalkers and Demon Engines, when you got 6 of them, can stand objectives. Time I'll be standing on hold.
2 units of 10 Poxwalkers, 2 individual Mephitic Blight Haulers, a 6-man Death Brick.
So 2. Sorry, I was answering a question to my list. Sorry, that one.
Sorry.
sorry. So 2 units Poxwalkers. Carry on. Sorry, what was after the Poxwalkers?
Chaos Spawn.
Nice.
Mephitic Blight Hauler 1, Mephitic Blight Hauler number 2.
Yep.
6 Death Shroud. Because
you and your 6 fucking Death Shroud. With the Lord of Contagion, yeah.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
And then
is it special parcel time?
It's special parcel time.
Don't say anything. Let me just do this.
Put it on the table.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it on the table. Save object.
Okay.
Dave's thing. Okay, so let me just so small list, Dave. Though I'm not gonna lie, you're looking a little light on the table there.
Well,
I'm a little concerned. I'm not gonna lie. I'm worried for you.
I think it needs some firepower.
I think it might need a bit of firepower there, Dave. Like I said, I'm just a little concerned.
Can you find? Do you think you can find me something?
So, Dave, they don't actually have it as a model. So we're going to take this thing. So this is not the official model, but it is what it says it is. I can't believe they don't have the official model for it. Let me get things out of the way. Go piss off over there. So, Dave, do you want to explain what it actually is while I'm loading Dave's thing?
I can do better than that. Hold on.
There you go. So, this is Dave's list. It's so fucking big. This is size accurate as well.
So, this is a night despoiler.
So this is. Let me get the despoiler up. This is
on the table.
There you go. That's what Dave just showed you. This is a night despoiler size. So there you go.
So, hang on.
Just angle your camera down a smidgy bit if you can, there, Dave. You just angle it down a bit. There you go. Yeah, cool.
Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see that. So it's a night despoiler. It's your average.
I just want to check. I want to check chat can see it.
Yeah.
So this is a Porphyrion. So this is basically its guns are the length of a Land Raider.
Indeed, it is.
What this does?
Yeah, what on earth does this do?
What this does is it has it's T13. It moves 8 inches. It's got 2 up save. It's got 30 wounds. It's 6 up leadership, and it's OC 10. It's got a 5 up invuln it's got a 5 up invuln against ranged attacks, of course. But what it does really well is it kills everything in the game. It has 2 twin Magnalas cannons, which are 72-inch range, D6 shots each, hit blast for some reason, hits on a 3, it's strength 18, AP 4 base, and D6 plus 6 damage, and it's twin linked. If it stays still, it's got lethals on all of its ranged weapons. It's also going to have 2 las cannons. It's going to have a Helios defense missiles, anti-fly 2 up, heavy, 3 attacks, hits on a 3, strength 10, AP 2 base, D6 damage. It's absolutely huge. It can sit in the middle of the board and then basically go, right, at some point I'm going to step left or right or touch onto some terrain and going to destroy anything that's armored. It can reliably, if it can see them, pretty much kill 2 big knights in a single turn. I played this thing at a club league, and I tallied up the damage it did against 5 rounds of games. It did 592 damage. It was like
you really took fight fire with fire on
basically,
the nose,
basically you've got a big knight or a couple of big knights. I've got a bigger knight. And I just think it could be hilarious because, like, in Death Guard, people are not going to expect to see, and like, let alone, a list. So, yeah, I'm kind of thinking, like, this is the other option is...
Dave, I just want you to, like, deploy the army and just be like, oh, yeah, this is my army, and then just be like, oh, and then, like, that's not very much. Oh, yeah, I've got one more, and you just whip out that fucking thing. What's the point cost of it, Dave? 700 points. I think your first list is probably better, but like I can't deny, like, I want to see this. So you'll have to.
There's a bit of me that just wants to go, cool. So you've got some armigers and, like, 2 big knights on the table or whatever. It would just be like it will kill 3. It will kill a big knight and 2 armigers a turn, maybe 3. It could possibly kill if it rolls hot. The Magnalas cannons each will definitely kill, like, 2 armigers. Then you've got 2 more las cannons which you shoot another one, and then you've got the Helios missiles you shoot another. Like, it could quite easily decimate. Like, if you've got any form of armor or anything sticking out, if you've got a Baneblade, it's gone. If you've got, and then it doesn't matter what knight, single knight it is, it's gone. If you've got Primarch, it's gone.
Someone in chat just said this list has aura. It definitely has aura. This is not a list. This is a statement.
Yeah. The reason I've got this is it's not because I play knights. I only play Death Guard. But I said this to everyone ages ago. When you run out of Death Guard to collect, because I've got max permutations of everything, because I only play Death Guard. Collect Death Guard coloured things. So that's what this is, and it's an ally. So yeah, the big question is, do I take this or
I'm just quickly seeing what this would look like with 150 zombies in Shamble Rot.
That's actually really funny.
So that's 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, and then we copy 10 more. So that is... So
actually a really funny idea.
It's very funny. That giant concubine of box walkers. And this thing, I am very much struggling. I am very not used to TTS controls. And then 4. There you go. So on the screen right now, we have Dave's potential list of... So that there you go, Dave. I think that looks like a grand old list to me.
That's really funny. 2, 3, 4, 5.
I reckon 6. You could probably also get 6 extra and a lot of contagion in that.
Oh man, I think you could. It's 1,480 points with 120 Poxwalkers and the Porphyrion.
There you go. We've got your list.
Oh my god. Hang on, let's just see what else we can fit. So hang on. Deshard Terminators. 6. Lord of Contagion. Yeah, it does fit. And we still got 80 points for some spawn.
Oh hell yeah! We're gonna have a giant Poxwalker as well, just to go with it. So there you go. He's the king Poxwalker. So you like how you can have some spawn as well.
You've basically got 150 Poxwalkers, 6 Death Shroud and a Lord of Contagion, 2 Chaos Spawn, and a Knight Porphyrion.
Okay, name me a more peak list. That is truly essence of Warhammer right here. Oh dear me.
I'm tempted to take it just for the sheer lols.
What the proper list on this one?
This one.
Oh god, no.
No, I think the other one. I think the honor race. So,
I'd say this is one you take to like an RTT or like.
Yeah, it is completely. Yeah.
You don't. The problem is, it might be one of those which looks funny when you put it at the table, but it actually doesn't play that fun.
And it's not fun to play. Yeah.
And then you actually just end up having 5 like pretty boring games at LGT.
No, I agree with you. I agree. I think the other list is with this is kind of is actually a balanced version of it. And the ability to stick objectives with it with lower model count in VV is why I think it makes sense to run it probably in that detachment.
Yeah, I would. That would be, if you want to GT this list. Imagine the videos that would come out about it, though. That would be so funny.
Yeah.
Dave doesn't paint. Dave has this all painted. Dave already has all of this stuff.
I can any list you can pull out in TTS.
He has it all.
I've got there.
He literally has everything already done. He's man's a wizard. Christopher Strongway, thank you very much for the $2 donation. Same Dave, I owed a bunch of nights just for allies, and also Mr. Orange. Thank you very much for the gifted membership there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr.
Really
Orange.
Appreciate it. But yeah, that's probably going to bring us to the end of the stream because we are just past 8 o'clock. And obviously you've had a very busy week. I hope
everyone's enjoyed the stream.
Yeah, so obviously there's a list that we're thinking of taking. So I'm thinking of champions, Dave's thinking of Death Lord's Chosen, or potentially Porphyrion meme list. The Virulent Vectorial Kind, not this one.
I think this list with the Porphyrion is balanced. First time that sentence has ever been said. If anyone's got any good ideas for the Porphyrion list or for a name, please feel free to drop it in comments, command, or afterwards. Or if you're in the Discord, feel free to drop it in there. And let me know.
think we should just call the list 150 size accurate Aidens and 1 Death Guard Dave. Because that's about right when you check it out on the picture there.
No, I mean but I've also meant the. I will post the Porphyrion series list into the Discord as well, so for a bit more discussion. But yeah, we've got a few weeks to go, so I mean, there's a bit of me that really wants to take it, just to shoot. I just want to shoot Canis Rex in the face with it, and just be like,
"Oh God, Necros!
Bye.
No, Necros made a gross. Necros is in chat. In the last plague surgery, he mathematically figured out the most efficient way to get the amount of wounds to points ratio in a list, and he made a list that has like 300 plus wounds. and it's all just bare bones, but it's really funny, and it would be so hard for people to get through. It was pretty funny, I won't lie. But yeah, so I'm going to be probably taking chances. Again, this might all change given Data Slate comes out. It might,
if it comes out tomorrow, we'll be online again.
Yeah, and this could 100% get ruined completely and all thrown in the bin. I'm just going to move my camera right, it's crashing. But yeah, for now though, hopefully that's about all she wrote for now, isn't it, Mr. Dave?
It is. Just remember, guys, if you want your own defiler pouch, your own marsupial defiler pouch, head on over to drpstore.com. And if you want to check out any of our partners and friends, please look in the video description below. Like, comment, subscribe. Please continue to support the channel. Thank you so much for everyone who has, and long-term members in the chat, and thanks to the people who've joined today. It's been really fun chat. And so thanks very much.
So yeah, if you guys are, like I said, interested in picking up any merch, check out the store. Again, thank you. If you just leave a like and subscribe, it helps us, the channel, keep growing. If there is Data Slate tomorrow, we'll be back tomorrow. If there is no Data Slate tomorrow, I will be doing my 2-round event recap tomorrow, because I've actually prepped the stream for it. Prepped all the stuff for it to make a stream, so that'll be so either way you probably have some content tomorrow, so you can look forward to that. For now, everybody, though, thank you so much for tuning tonight. Thank you for the donations, thank you for the GitHub memberships, thank you for just being here and joining in with the chat. If you were here
hanging out, thanks guys.
Yeah, hanging out with us is always good fun, and we will catch you all on the next episode. Enjoy the rest of your evening, night, morning, day, wherever you are in the world, and we will see you all very shortly in this crazy run up to LGT. So for now, everybody, take care. We'll catch you soon.
Guys.
Bye-bye.
In the void, where the warp winds howl, a fleet once noble, now destined to fall. Great wardens stir, betrayal takes shape, Typhon's whispers sealing their fate. Navigators lost to the shadowed lie, a fleet adrift beneath a darkened sky. The warp's cruel grasp, unyielding and tight, chaos awaits in the endless night. Whispers of power, a pestilent tide, Mortarian's pride, with nowhere to hide. The destroyer plague, a grim reward, Nurgle's laughter echoes aboard. Bound by decay, they rise in his name. The death god transformed, never the same. Plague-born sons with torment they bled, shambling forth where angels fear to tread. Mortarian stands, his sons by his side. Through agony storm, their oaths collide. Grandfather's hand, the pact is sealed. The legion reborn, their fate revealed. Rise in the armor, rot in the soul. A Primarch remade, his heart grown cold. In terror shadow, their war drums beat. Pestilent warriors, no chance of retreat. Through breach and ruin, their banners fly. With death's embrace, they'll never die. The Lion's Gate, where hope was torn. Dragon's blade meets the Plague-born. Sons with torment they bled, shambling forth where angels fear to tread. Typhus herald, chaos born, Mortarian's wrath, the plague sworn. In the warp, their legacy thrives, eternal servants where corruption lies. Mortarians fall, Typhus ascends, the death god song, it never ends.